Salutations! Welcome to Loving the Language of Literacy. My name is Sophia Lee, and today I am doing my RYBSAT 24-hour readathon and Underhyped Readathon TBR. Have you heard of these pretzels? They're the deli-style original pretzel thins. These are courtesy of United Airlines because they had to give us meal vouchers after they canceled our flight. Thank you, United. Funny story. I woke up this morning in a hotel in Newark, New Jersey because my plane was delayed. It originally was going to take off from the airport at 10:30. By the time it was actually delayed more and more and canceled, it was already past midnight. I went to bed at 3 in the morning yesterday and I woke up. When I did wake up, I woke up to Katrina of Little Book Owl's Readathon TBRs. So I thought, I love readathons so much. I've got to participate in this one. And so I am. I'm announcing it. I'm making a TBR video.
What more do you want?
I will not be trying to do daily updates because, as we all saw, I failed my annual Readathon/Bout of Books daily updates, so that's kind of sad on my part. I'm just going to make a TBR wrap-up video, and I thought this would be a perfect video. Not that much effort because I have a really big one coming up on Saturday. I just wanted to do a little update so you know that I'm not dead. Anyways, these readathons are pretty self-explanatory. The 24-hour readathon is to read as many books/pages as you can in 24 hours. RYBSAT stands for Read Your Bookshelf-a-thon, where you choose a section of your bookshelf to read as many books as possible in the time given. My goal for this readathon is to not put as much pressure on myself. I don't want to go crazy, but in the times of the readathon, which are the 16th to the 25th, because they overlap, that's the whole overall time, I want to read these 6 novels, and it totals around 1,800 pages. And my goal is 2,000 to read 200 pages a day, but I've got a midterm, a French quiz, and some other tests that I probably should know about, so I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. The Underhyped Readathon is exactly what it says, read books that are underhyped. I kind of broke the rules for the RYBSAT Readathon, but I kind of didn't. After arriving back home from Newark, I received bookish mail, which I'm so happy about. I will explain all this in my next haul video because I arrived to 3 new books, and of course those were boosted to my TBR. For RYBSAT, instead of choosing an actual section of my bookshelf, I chose what was on my bedside table. As you can see, this is my bedside table, or at least how it looks when I actually set up my bedside table. Usually all the books are just scattered around randomly. We have Henge by Realm Lovejoy, All Fall Down by Ali Carter, Mark of the Thief by Jennifer A. Nielsen, The Dreamer's Lotus by Mike Dickinson, The Magicians by Love Grossman, and These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. In case you were wondering about the validity of my bedside table, this is my bed. I just returned from being in LA for like 4 days. I didn't clean up my room beforehand, so this is what it looks like. We've got Camp Jupiter sweatshirt, iPad, pillows, Benjamin of Tomes' new video. This is what my bed looks like. Welcome back. These books were on my bookshelf and they were on my bedside table because that's where I keep my immediate TBR. So technically I'm reading my bookshelf-a-thon, and it is a section because it was a section on my bedside table. Anyways, let's get into the TBR. The first book I want to read was skyrocketed to the very first slot. I just finished a book today at like 1 a.m. in the airport. It was The Start of Me and You by Emery Lord. I have a love letter to a book post and a full review to be uploaded when March comes around, when the book is released. But when I arrived home, I came to find that All Fall Down by Ali Carter was in my mailbox. I've read every YA book Ali Carter has ever published, entire Galton Girls and High Society series. I just couldn't help but try and request All Fall Down. I was approved. Thank you so much, Scholastic. I am super psyched to read this. It is underhyped. It's kind of hyped because of the whole pre-publication buzz. Obviously, the general populace of readers, no one has the book yet. This book follows a girl named Grace Blakely who knows that her mother was murdered and is going to hunt down her killer and make him pay. She lives on Embassy Row. This new series is called the Embassy Row series. Everyone wants her to just conform to this kind of person that she's not, but no one can control Grace. Yeah, that's my kind of character. No one trusts her, so she's trying to navigate through this difficult time. Her mother's been murdered, and Embassy Row is a very tenuous place. Obviously, an embassy is for foreign countries to be in, and if it's a whole bunch of representatives and ambassadors from the foreign countries, you're going to have conflict that follows. The next is by my second favorite middle grade author of all time, and that is Mark of the Thief by Jennifer A. Nielsen. I read, reviewed, and loved the entire Ascended trilogy. I have spoiler-free and spoiler-filled reviews of The False Prince, The Runaway King, and The Shadow Throne. If you want to go check those out, I'll link them in the doobly-doo. But The Mark of the Thief is her new release coming out on February 24th of 2015, which I'm so excited about. I cannot wait to dive into a new world and characters, and I hope they are just as sassy and sarcastic and witty as Sage. This book follows a boy named Nick who is a slave in the mines of Rome, and he finds that he has these deadly powers and magic that the Romans will kill for. He has to go against the government, and his goal is actually to spark the Praetor War, destroy Rome from within. The next book I have here is one that you've probably never heard of, so this is most definitely underhyped. A lovely author sent me this for review. The Dreamer's Lotus by Mike Dickinson. The cover is really dark. I really like the lily, and I don't know why I'm talking about the cover now. This book is a fantasy novel where a boy named Corvus believes that elders have corrupted the meanings of symbols for their own gain. And this is in a world where symbols mean everything, so that's a big deal. I'm guessing that the lotus is a huge symbol and a kind of marker of the whole series, and I'm so excited to know more about this. It's only 200 pages. The next book I have here is actually one that I should have read for the biannual Readathon, but I started it, I'm loving it, but I never got to finish it because I visited LA, and I actually forgot this book on my bedside table, so thanks a lot, Sophia. That is The Magicians by Lev Grossman. I'm on page 42. This is a 402-page book. I'm hoping to finish this. It's pretty dense, but I hope I will love the story enough to keep pushing forward. The next book I have here is for a blog tour I'm participating in February, and that is for Henge by Realm Lovejoy, which is the debut novel in a new series called the Le Fay series. I read Clan by Realm Lovejoy before her debut. It was incredible, 5 out of 5 stars. I have a review on my blog. I didn't actually sign up for this without knowing much, but I thought it was Realm Lovejoy, so why not? She's one of my favorite indie authors. Henge turns out to be this kind of fantasy Knights of the Round Table school story. That sounded weird. And I hope it'll be good because I loved her writing in Clan, so I'm praying this one will be good too. The last book I have here is These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, which every single Twitter friend I've ever made and has pushed me to read this book. So I will finally read it. I actually have started this before and DNF'd it around page 100. It just was a wrong time, wrong place. I was in the mood for something faster. Albeit this is good, the writing style is amazing. I was not in the mood for the pacing of this book. I know probably it isn't a smart idea to pick up a book that you DNF'd during a readathon, but this most definitely follows the RYBSAT regulations, so gotta read it. I'm already 12% through my second time trying to read it, and it's really good, the last book of my TBR, because so many other books came up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. Link in the comments below your RYBSAT 24-hour readathon or Underhyped Readathon TBR, or all of them if you want to. I will see you soon in a video. Goodbye!